Well, it's a done deal. You will have to settle your bar tab before 10 p.m. starting tonight. The Ohio Liquor Control Commission adopted an emergency rule today that stops bars from serving drinks at that time. And an hour ago, Governor DeWine signed off on it. They say it will help contain the spread of the coronavirus. But Mark Naymik tells us the order is not sitting well with business owners.
Bars and restaurants hit early by the pandemic and stay-at-home orders that kept their doors shut. As the state reopened, these businesses were among the last to get the green light to welcome back customers. The latest rule change, owners say, could be the final blow to their already fragile businesses.
The 10 o'clock rule it's enough to almost cripple us, an established business who's been around for so long. So I can only imagine how bad it's got to be for a business that doesn't have 20 years of foundation underneath them.
The family-run pub that attracts a mix of lawyers, steelworkers, and others in the Tremont neighborhood recently expanded its patio to comply with social distancing rules and stay afloat.
We don't understand it. We don't understand what's difference in our business between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. as opposed to, a bar or a restaurant that might have a large brunch crowd 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
She says the state should enforce the existing rules against those failing to comply rather than throw up another barrier. The latest rule gives patrons just 1 hour after 10 p.m. to finish their drinks and leave.
It feels like we've skipped over compliance and enforcement and just gone to the next step. And that's what's hurting the people who have made the financial investment, who have laid awake at night, trying to figure out how do we keep our customers and our employees safe.
The Ohio Restaurant Association insists most of its members comply with existing orders.
Like many of the bar owners and restaurant owners, what we've asked is, well, let's make enforcement tougher. If these people are outliers, then it shouldn't be the entire industry that eventually has to pay the price for this.
Next week, some of the first cases of bars and restaurants charged with not complying with COVID orders comes before the Ohio Liquor Commission. And the Restaurant Association hopes those cases send a message that everyone needs to comply. Reporting from downtown, Mark Naymik, 3 News.